Hey guys, we are pruning some roses today. We have some beautiful standards, which are a topiary. They're grafted on this rose stick basically, and then they're grafted right here so that they form a really pretty like rose-like tree. So all of our pruning today is going to be above this graft. You can kind of see it right here, but all of our prunes need to be above it so that we have the nice, beautiful roses that we want on the plants. So you're going to prune them exactly like a regular rose bush. You want to make sure there's no crossing canes. So first we're going to just kind of give it a light prune at the top. They kind of defoliate some of these flowers. I know we're chopping these flowers all off right now, but we're going to be giving them some nice compost and fertilizer. And as we're pruning, we're going to be pruning out basically any stem that's smaller than the size of a pencil. So we have some small canes right here, as you can see. We're going to strip off some of these leaves so you guys can see it. So we have these small canes right here that are coming off of this. So we're going to prune off these smaller canes like that. There's one on the other side. Prune that off, and we're going to prune this off as well. So we're just left with a nice stick that kind of goes up. You can prune it down a little bit more, but we're going to look for bud now. So there's wherever the buds are where they're going to be pushing out the new growth. So we see a bud, trying to find it right here. So we see a bud right here above that leaf node. So we're going to prune it right above that bud. So it's going to grow out. Okay, so we have another 2 canes right here that we're pruning out. So we're going to make sure that we're pruning away from the plant. So this one's kind of close to this one. So we're going to prune this one on the bottom, prune that one away. These two are, this one's crossing with one that's next to it. So we're going to prune that away as well. And this looks pretty good. We're actually going to prune this one as well because it's really thin. So we want just really nice, strong branches here. And we're going to prune this one up a little bit to give it a little bit of height. We see a bud right here. There's a little knob, basically a little tiny knob right there. So we're going to prune that right above the bud. And so now it's just kind of like a stick. So we have some other branches next to it as well. You can see that these are going to cross when this grows out and that grows out. So we're going to cut this one so they don't cross. We're going to prune this one. Just any dead branches back here. We're going to prune this one back here. We see a nub right there. So we're going to prune right above the nub. This whole branch we're going to take out because we don't need 2 branches there. And that looks pretty good, you guys. We're going to prune up here. Prune up here. Right above the nub. We see a nub right there. We're going to prune right above it. Okay, and then this one we're just going to take all the way out because these canes are pretty close to each other. So we don't need 2 canes like that. Okay, so we're going to keep pruning this one and we're going to keep going, and I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like at the end. We want to make a nice bowl structure so that these canes aren't crossing and they form a nice, I guess, circular pattern, like fingers crawling up like that. We want to give a really nice structure to your plants in the winter so that they grow out their best in the springtime. You can give them a really hard prune, you guys. You can be very tough on your roses. They will bounce back with great beauty. So we're going to finish this up and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Doing some corrective pruning on this rose. It was sheared for a little bit, so there's a lot of weird like branching habits to it. But one of the bigger stems right here is poking out into the walkway. And so if you want to really prune back your rose in the walkway, now's a great time to do it. So we have these 3 canes right here. 1, 2, 3. Then we have this one in the center right here. So we're actually going to prune this cane down back to this other cane so that we can get this cane just like that out of the walkway. So now we have these 3 canes right here that we're going to prune back a little bit. We see a nub. This is actually where it started to grow actually because it's been so warm recently. So we're going to prune it back to this nub right here. There's multiple nubs on this node right here, but we want to give it an actual like hard prune. So we're pruning it back to the last nub we see on this line right here. And same with over here. There's a nub. We can make this one a little bit taller. And yeah, this is good. There's a nub right here. Bring this back down to the nub. And then we'll just keep pruning off all of these smaller branches that we see on all of these other canes. Sometimes when you have a rose that's been pruned wrong, you have to do some correction pruning, which involves taking out a lot of canes. So be patient with yourself, and it'll look good once it grows back. So we have another great example right here of stem that's growing outside of where we want it to grow. So this is growing out past this fence. It's kind of pretty how it sticks through, but for right now, we're gonna prune it way down. If you come up close to right here, we're gonna prune it back down to the main cane, just like that, so they can bush back out. This is a great time to assess your plant and kind of look at the branching habit of everything. There's no crossing branches here. Everything is kind of sprawled outwards, and this looks pretty good. You can defoliate it when you're done. Just take off all the remaining leaves that are on your plant. This is just going to help push out the new growth that is going to accompany your blooms this spring.